Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity, then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So to this evening, I'm going to talk on breaking habits and addictions, and also creating new neural circuitry in order to come into changes. Okay, so let's get into this. Um, so the way we have things set up, for the most part, people are getting caught in habit, right? And they're getting caught in routine, and everything is very, 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 very repetitive when it comes to ways of life and lifestyling, um, which is not a bad thing, right? You can use this to the benefit of your growth. You can use this for your growth and your evolution, but it can be a bad thing if you get caught in things that are detrimental for your health and your growth and your well-being. So you first got to understand that things are very, very repetitive and they're very, very cyclical, um, and the way we do things here in society is very it's very, very, very routine based, you know. And this kind of dims us, or it kind of dulls us, as souls, because when we're doing the same things over in especially in environments that aren't active, there the soul, it gets dimmed in light, or it kind of gets dulled up, because things aren't lively, and there's no energy, you know. So if you understand that being putting yourself in a stagnant, or like a static way of life, and you're kind of just cycling in that, it's it's literally tarnishing you as a being, or it's like hurting your well-being. So then you can get caught in doing specific things that you think, or that is part of the conditioning that's been put on you, or programming to have you think that specific things are going to help you, break out of a cyclical life, and grant you some type of health. But it kind of doesn't, and it kind of just kills your health. And then you find yourself in a habit, or you find yourself in addiction. I use cigarettes as a perfect example for this, only because I've used cigarettes for a while, or I have used them for a good amount of time, but I was able to quit them. Um, but I only use them to entertain myself, or like help me, you know. So help me get away from that routine based lifestyle, you know. Maybe to break free, or maybe to like relish it, or like garnish it, with some type of treat that is being portrayed as, but it kind of is just getting deeper into damaging or detrimenting your health. So, um, so you can break that. You can break the habit, or you can break the routine based lifestyle, you know. And the way that I found was the most effective way was first coming to the realization that there needs to be a change, you know, because you can cycle in something for a long time. You know, you can probably do something your whole life. Okay, but um, there's things that you don't want to do. All you don't want to do very long because they're killing you. You know, and you want to live. You want to be in an activeness so that you can build a conducive body and mind for transcendence. You know, and a lot of the things that are popular to do and that can easily be caught, that you can easily get yourself caught in, are going against that progressiveness. So you first need to have that realization, right, that you're stuck in a habitual, you're stuck in habituals, or you are caught in a routine that isn't serving you, or that you're cycling in something that is detrimenting your health, right? So the only way to have that realization is to be in that, you know, because if you're not in one of that, if you're not in one of these cycles, there's no way to have the realization because you're not in that real, or you're not in the reality of it. So if you find yourself deeply in one of these little traps, like a reality tunnel, then you have to come to the realization that you are caught in one. Then you can start working on making a change to it, which is the easier part, you know. But you got to have the realization first, okay? And the realization can come through suffering, it can come through fear, but it can also come through love as well, you know. So whatever brings about the realization, as long as you have the realization in the first place, it can lead you to that change of a routine or a lifestyle that you have been in, you know. So you then start observing, you have the realization, and then you realize that you're caught in something that is detrimenting your health, right? So um, you kind of just work from there. You kind of like mold things, you know. You don't, because you know what is detrimenting your health, and you know what is working for you. What is keeping you miserable is going to need to be put away. And then what is keeping you blissful, what you actually are enjoying, and what you can see is benefiting you in the way that you want it to, you continue doing more of, so you can keep getting blissful, right? So you just then replace the things that are bringing you misery, you know. And I was using cigarettes as an example, right? Cigarettes, um, you can easily get addicted to these, right? It doesn't have to be any type of perishables or like consuming. It can be like like a specific type of lifestyle too. You can get addicted to. You can get caught in, and it can stagnate your growth on a certain dimension. Um, So it doesn't have to be like something that you consume or perishable like alcohol, cigarettes, or any type of substance, or anything like this. It could be information too, you know. So you you can change all that by replacing what is detrimenting your health in the first place or making you miserable, right? So when you just observe it, right, and then you understand that these things are making me miserable and they're killing me, you know, and they're putting me out of alignment with what I got to do. So then you replace those things slowly at the rate that you can handle with healthier things, you know, which you also enjoy, or you can teach yourself to enjoy as you go through the process of replacement. And you're then replacing them, so they kind of get reduced out of your life, you know, at whatever rate you want it to be, and eventually it's not there no more because you've already replaced it with something that is going to bring you more joy rather than keeping you in lower states, right? So for addictions, you can just start replacing them. They can hold you, you know, but you can allow them to hold you until you have a realization. You come to a realization that there needs to be something that's changed, or you need to change something. Um, and once again, a lot of things can trigger the realization in the first place. It doesn't have to be like anything specific. It can be anything that triggers the realization. But once you have the realization, then you have an energy, an understanding that it can be changed. And then you start replacing these things, right? Whatever it is that you want to change. Um, and eventually you're done with it. So you just keep going in that little formula, right? Um, you generate more and more joy after that because you're giving yourself the things that are bringing you joy instead of staying in a cyclical way of using things that are detrimenting your health, right? So um, you can easily break addiction with that, you know, and you can use this for anything. It doesn't have to be anything specific. You can use that for information. If you're subjecting yourself to certain information, or you're consuming a certain information, then then you can just change the consumption of it. You know, like you don't have to subject yourself to that information, whatever it may be. Um, if you really is, are you if you're getting sick from it or something, you know, or because information is powerful, right? And it can create your or it can alter your perception, and perception is reality. It creates your reality. So information, when if you move yourself out of a certain information, you can literally start changing your reality. You know, and that literally in itself breaks a certain routine that you got going, right? Or the sequence that you got going. So, let me see. You can also use this for substances as well. If you're caught in substance usage, you can just replace it with, if you need to take another substance, take another substance, right? This is like weed. Okay, you would rather smoke weed than smoke cigarettes, right? Or if you can handle not using any substance, just pick up a book and read the time that you would be smoking a cigarette, um, or sit outside, or talk to people, you know. So, um, let me see. It's pretty much gonna be it. I don't have really anything else to say. You can break routine very, very easily. You don't want to stay in routines so long because it kind of hurts you in a certain dimension, you know. So you got to change a little bit of things here and there, um, like living in a fixed environment, you know, with like blank walls and things. Um, it kind of hurts you, you know, because things aren't lively. So you would want to put yourself out in nature, right? Where there's trees always moving, where the math is like higher, you know, so you come into a higher vibration, a higher understanding, because there's higher math going on naturally. And that's an easy way to break that routine. So that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.